Paige Hill.
And I'm Aaron Hill,
and we are the owners of Prairie
Botanicals. Literally, Prairie Star Botanicals is an herbal products manufacturer. We make tinctures, liquid herbal extracts, salves, dried herbs, and tea blends. But Prairie Star is really a place of healing. Anybody that has worked here gets to go through their own significant journey and sets of challenges.
Prairie Star originated as part of Four Winds Natural Healing Center, part of the clinic there. The herbalists saw clients and they were also doing manufacturing. And it got to be so successful that the clinic needed a bigger space and the manufacturing needed a bigger space. So they separated. The clinic stayed in Omaha and Prairie Star came up here to do manufacturing. When I first came up to this building, there was no sign on the building. There was a little, maybe about this big, sign in the window that said herbs, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Just a little chalkboard thing on the window. It was painted just sad, kind of faded yellow, and was completely surrounded by concrete, and it looked abandoned. And when I came in here, half the lights were off, and I couldn't see anybody, and I remember just like, I'm here for an interview, and so somebody was Lisa, the previous owner, popped her little head over the half wall. It's like, oh, hello. That was my first impression, and that was 2016, so 2 years after Prairie Star had first started, and was still just trying to gain momentum. I think we had about 5 customers at the time. The original clinic that started this was the biggest of our customers. And then a couple of other people that were friends and part of the community. But a lot of the time, when I first started, we didn't have a whole lot to do. And I quickly became the lab manager when I was training another employee, and I got a text message on my phone. And it said, this was from Lisa, the previous owner. It said, broke my hip, long story, you're in charge. And that's kind of what started me taking over Prairie Star initially, was being given the reins after working here for about 3 months. And I took over as lab manager then and just kind of continued to look for and make improvements where I saw that it needed to happen. I was pre-med, ready to go to med school, been working in the hospital, shadowing, all of that, and realized that no one ever smiles in the hospital. And I wasn't sure that I wanted to dedicate my life to never smiling again. So I wanted to find a way that I could still work in with health and help people, but in an environment that was good for my own mental health. And I found an herbalist out in Omaha who taught classes for clinical herbalism. And when I started those classes, I started working at Prairie Star Botanicals so that I could be immersed in the whole world of herbalism. And eventually just working there, I became the lab manager early on, and it got to the point where eventually we bought the business.
For those of you curious, Paige is going to be a heart surgeon, by the way. That was her pre-med degree that she was going for. For me, I directly came out of the floral industry And my real passion was in the greenhouse industry. So having land, growing plants, growing potted plants for people to purchase to have at their garden, that's really what I wanted to do. But at the time, I was working in Ivy Floral, doing ridiculous hours, making beautiful arrangements for all of these customers that didn't really understand the art that I was putting into the flowers. And I came to Prairie Star to take a pay cut and work at a much better environment for my physical and mental health. So, Prairie Star is my future. Anytime that I have ever thought about, oh, I need to leave because it's just way too stressful right now, or I could be making so much more money pushing cars to Walmart, every time I've thought about it, Prairie Star is what calls to me. There's a little wedge, maybe a big wedge, of something that has just been sliced into my heart, and I cannot leave this business no matter how hard I've tried or how hard I have not wanted to either. I am just glued to Prairie Star, and I love it.
What we do here is important. Everything we do has purpose behind it. And I see so many people who walk through the door who are in serious need of help. People who are at their wits' end. They've been fighting with different kinds of conditions, fighting with doctors, fighting, looking for answers. And they come in here and sometimes we can't help them. But so often we have something that we can offer, whether it's an herb or a referral or a hug, we can help people. And whenever I think about doing something different, I know I could, and I could be mildly satisfied with it, but I wanted to go into medicine because I wanted to help people. I've always wanted to help people. And what we do here, I know helps people. And that's why I stay, despite the stress, is what we're doing is just so important.
Gosh, it's been a task and a half, let me tell you. But we actually purchased the business on the leap day in February of 2024. We made the payment to buy the business on February 29th of 2024, and our first day of running and opening the business was the following day, March 1st, 2025. And the first day, we actually closed the doors to the public and gave everybody the opportunity to clean something, whether it's clean up their position and talk about things they do and don't like to do, change something up in the retail space. What else did we do?
The first day, the whole idea was kind of if we took everything that old Prairie Star was, what if nothing had to be the same? What if we could make any change? What if we just open up creative freedom for everybody to say, I don't like this, we could do this better, oh, I've got a great idea. How can we change Prairie Star to continue to grow? Because we've been doing it for however many years. It was about 7 years, I think, 8 years.
Yeah.
Prairie Star had been a business, and we've been running it, and we had so many good things in place. But we also had a lot of things that weren't quite working or half-built or
Old habits.
needed refining, old habits. And the first day was about what if nothing has to stay the same? When we bought the business, we figured while we're making all this change, why not make the biggest change? And we got pregnant with our first baby. And so the first few months of owning the business, I was nauseous and sick, and I did my clinic work, and I went home and I went straight to the basement and turned on the TV, and I was just not very functional for a good period of time when we first started owning the business. Got better with second, third trimester, all of that. Then I had maternity leave during the end of the year, around starting in November.
Yep.
So I feel like I haven't been able to contribute as much to our brand new business. Aaron has done a lot of getting Prairie Star where it is from where we originally bought it.
So I have carried a lot of the weight of the business, and my family can attest for that. But somehow there's been the ability to. And there have been a lot of learning curves, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of, hey Paige, what do you think about this? Yeah, sure, that sounds fine, Aaron. I need to go throw up. But between the two of us, we are really a super duo husband and wife pair. And I know I couldn't do it alone, and she couldn't do it alone. That's why we bought the business together. It's been amazing to not only have our own business and see it grow and flourish and have its low points as well, but to watch my wife and my now daughter grow in ways that they haven't needed to before. There's been a lot of personal growth along with business growth.
Well, you can't discount your own growth.
I've grown a little bit.
You have never needed to be in such a position of power,
Mm-hmm.
and it's definitely a different kind of dynamic to go from being
Supporting
a
role.
peer,
Mm-hmm.
a peer among your other employees, to now you're the owner of who used to be your peer, and it's definitely different, and was just a little rough navigating that at the beginning. But I think it's all gone fairly well, despite how crazy we are trying to start a family at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Whenever we hire someone or do interns, things like that, one of the things we kind of look for is how much can they help us and how much can we help them? And we always are keeping in mind that whoever gets hired or works here is going to go through some kind of healing process just due to the environment. We're not even talking taking herbs, just being around the people that are here and in this world where health is important. And sometimes we don't hire someone just because they are not ready for that level of healing that just comes from being in this place.
The four pillars are access, education, empowerment, and community. And with access, it is literally giving you a high quality product. It is knowing that when you order skullcap, you're going to get just skullcap in that bottle.
Education is about getting you the best quality information that's available. We are run by herbalists. The company was started by an herbalist. All of the information that goes into making the products and putting out on social media, everything we do is good quality information so that you can better understand why you're using something, what's going on with your health, different things of that nature. We're not Dr. Google. or Dr. TikTok. The information that you can find on the internet is often very unreliable and sometimes downright unsafe. And so whenever we put something out there, we make sure that it is good, it is safe, and that we're putting the best out there for you.
Now that you have access and you are educated on how to use the different herbs, you are empowered to put your health in your hands. It's about understanding your body and what it needs. When you need to slow down and rest. When you need to kick it in high gear and get this done because that's the only thing that's going to get you to the next goal in your life. It's about what herb to take when you're feeling sad and down. It's about what doctor to go see for your foot and ankle that hurts and none of your herbs are helping it. It's about knowing what you need to do to take your next step in your personal health journey.
Community. Prairie Star started off with a little tiny community, and we've been expanding, and even right here, right now, we are trying to expand to an even larger community because everyone can benefit from herbs. And we want to reach everybody because the whole point of us being here and doing what we do is for you. This is about health. This is about helping people. And so people have to be one of our cornerstones of our business. And that includes our customers, that includes other businesses, that includes people who are in direct competition with what we do. We want to go out there and help them. We want to not help them. We want to go out there and work with them and bring people together. We want to be excited about what everybody is doing in our community, whether or not that benefits our business or is, like I said, in competition with our business. It's about, let's all do this together, because what's life without people around you with the same excited passions that we all have, different perspectives, different people doing different things, but all doing it out of joy. In the near future, one of the things we really want to focus on is some new product development, either new herbs for liquid extracts, new salves, the things that we've been thinking about and talking about wanting to do for a long time, and it just keeps getting put on a shelf somewhere. Oh, we'll think about that later. We'll get that formulated later, and later never ever comes. So we want to actually give some intention behind new products and getting people what they've been asking for, doing the things that we've been wanting, what we would use. Because whenever we do things like that, they're always such a big hit. Not just because someone asked us to do it, but because it fills a need. And that's what we're all about.
So not only are we working on new herbs and fun new products, but we're also working on growing and developing our presence within the herbal and non-herbal community, because we love our products and we love supporting our growers that we work with, but by being able to grow and expand the business, we can provide access, education, and other opportunities to people around the entire world eventually, but right now the United States. We just want to put more natural resources into everybody's hands.
I know one of our dreams way down the road is to have all different locations around the country in different bioregions. So a Prairie Star in the Rocky Mountains and a Prairie Star on the East Coast, on the West Coast, in the desert, the Appalachian Mountains, all these different places that have different plants. And each Prairie Star would be in charge of processing the local plants in that area that are growing and thriving right there. We can do fresh harvests and partner with even more local growers, get more herbalists who are specialists in their different bioregions, and be able to form this sort of network across the whole country, not only for our customer basis to be able to reach everybody, but to reach all the different herbs, because there are so many plants that have such amazing properties that we barely scratch the surface of. And my personal goal is to learn a lot more about the native plants and their different properties that we can use to make into tinctures and to help people, because American herbalism using American native herbs is something that is almost a lost tradition. Most of the herbs that are used in herbalism today are either European, Chinese, or Indian. There's a couple African herbs in there and a couple South American things, but most of it comes from those three areas. And I could maybe on one hand count the number of American native herbs that most people in the field of herbalism know and use. Things like echinacea. There is a native elderberry, but a lot of the information is from the European elderberry.
American ginseng.
American ginseng, but then you've also got the Chinese ginseng.
Yep.
And so where are we getting this information from? Is the information about the Chinese one that we're applying to the American one? Uva ursi is another one that a lot of people do use that is definitely native. But I mean, as you can see, people don't use American native herbs, and I really want to bring that back, bring that information back, because it's there. And one of my favorite herbs of all time that I love using is wild bergamot, native prairie herb, and it is amazing. And I know there's more out there that could be just as amazing, just as helpful, but we need to get information on them. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more content. We're gonna just keep throwing stuff out there, good information, educational things, things about access, deals, what have you. Keep your eyes out, because we are fired up about everything. We love plants, we love this business, we love you guys, and so we're just gonna keep sending out the love.